I spent a lot of years at SAP and then
Hmm.
joined a different company, and I was part of the workforce reduction there back in November. So first 2 months, November, December, didn't know what I was doing, never actually interviewed, and then I came
Hmm.
across IJS and never looked back. Like I tell this to everybody who will hear me, is that IJS program, it's branded and publicized as a job search program, but it's a makeover program for PMs.
Hmm.
That's how I think of it, because a lot of people in the same boat that I am, if you've done the work in the industry for 12 years, you know how to be a PM. That's not your challenge.
Yeah.
You don't know how to package yourself, and when you have to package yourself, you're kind of caught on a back foot if you weren't ready for it and you got laid off like I did.
Yeah.
So the eventual number where I started and where I actually ended up being 100K more, which is
Wow.
mind boggling to me. Like I would have never expected, never mind demanded that.
Awesome, Keyuri. Thank you so much, and welcome to this conversation.
Hi, Shobhit. Happy to be here. Really happy that for once I can do something back for IJS. So happy to be
I
here.
I appreciate it. Okay, so let's begin. So a lot of people who'll be watching this, they are considering intentional product manager, intentional job search program, and they're like sort of thinking through this decision. So your input would be very helpful. So to begin with, just give us a 30-second career snapshot about you. What were you doing prior to joining IJS?
Yeah, so I have been in B2B product management space for 12 years, primarily large companies. I spent a lot of years at SAP and then
Hmm.
joined a different company, and I was part of the workforce reduction there back in November. So first 2 months, November, December, didn't know what I was doing, never actually interviewed, and then I came
Hmm.
across IJS and never looked back since.
That's awesome. Well, not awesome to hear about the
No,
reduction in force and
yeah,
layoffs, but glad that it brought you to
yeah.
to work with us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you'd been through that. Had you already started looking for new roles and other things before you joined
I
IJS?
had, yes. So I was lucky enough to land 3 interviews back in December.
Hmm.
I didn't clear them.
Hmm.
And it wasn't because I wasn't the right fit. There can't be a better person for that role because it was for the product that a insurance company was adopting, which I was the PM for before I got laid off. So there
Wow.
can't be a better person fit to do that role, and I still
Yeah.
didn't get it. And thankfully people were good. They gave me feedback and they said you need to work on your interview skills. You have actual skills to do the job, but that does not come across at all well in the interview. I know it. I was fumbling even through my teammate, never mind anything else. So
Yeah.
I knew I needed help.
Well, that is it is refreshing to hear that somebody actually went and provided you feedback.
Doesn't
Because
happen in the
yeah,
industry at all, actually.
I just had someone who got like they told me they got rejected with like this role after going through 10 interviews and zero feedback. It was like as a policy we can't give feedback. So
And that's so brutal, right? Like you go through all of that, and the least you would expect is some feedback on what went wrong, but it
mm,
happens more often than not.
got it. Okay, so then you looked at intentional product manager, intentional job search. What were your biggest hesitations before joining?
My biggest hesitation was cost, if I'm being
Yeah,
completely honest. I'm
yeah,
like, I am not making any money, and God knows when I will make any money. I don't, it
right.
doesn't look like anytime soon. But what helped me when I spoke with Sarah was this different perspective, which I so appreciate now. The perspective that the longer you are out of a job, the more money you're losing. Then this is not losing money. This is more, think of this as investment.
Hmm.
So that helped me turn my perception around. And now, hindsight is 2020, but now that I'm here, I'm not just grateful that I joined IJS, but I'm at one level grateful that I got laid off, because where I am now is way better than by compensation, by role, by just
Hmm.
overall personality growth and career growth. I'm set for life, I feel, after joining IJS. So
Wow. Though
I'm
that
grateful looking back.
that that means a lot. Like, and especially if you can reframe a layoff, like a thing that people are often affected by pretty intensely emotionally. And like
Mhm.
now it appears like, oh, something positive that happened, that's huge.
Yeah, because like I tell this to everybody who will hear me, is that IJS program, it's branded and publicized as a job search program, but it's a makeover program for PMs. That's
Hmm.
how I think of it. Because a lot of people in the same boat that I am, if you've done the work in the industry for 12 years, you know how to be a PM. That's not your challenge.
Yeah.
You don't know how to package yourself, and when you have to package yourself, you're kind of caught on a back foot if you weren't ready for it and you got laid off like I did.
Yeah.
And then you have to not only deal with upskilling yourself or repackaging, rebranding yourself, but you're also
Hmm.
dealing with the mental aspect of it. Like it's we are all humans, so it's easy to feel sorry for yourself. And the fact that
Hmm.
I just put so much focus on mindset really puts things where they need to be.
I love that. Okay. So you had those hesitations, then you decided to pull the trigger. So let's talk about like the first few weeks. What were some things that surprised you, shocked you, delighted you, frustrated you,
Okay.
like as you joined the program?
I was not expecting the programs to be as well structured as it was. Like the sheet told me everything. Like I didn't need to talk to any other person. I had all the resources at my fingertips. Even then, like that was a big plus. But even as I started diving into the content, I was thinking that, oh, this is just going to be recorded content and I'm going to have to go through the whole journey by myself and with other fellow people who are in the same boat as myself, which I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to hustle through and I will hustle.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
then when I came to my teammate part and the fact that there is a coach and the coach actually walks you through, like they literally hold your hand through the whole process. The clarity strategy session I worked with Will, which was great, but I was not expecting that to continue throughout the journey. And
Hmm.
if I'm like as somebody who's providing courses and building courses, I think that's what your like biggest um USP or differentiator is the coaches. Content anybody can generate with ChatGPT now. It's the coaches and the perspective. So it's combination of like coaches, mindset, focus on the mindset, and the overall like step by step process. I think it works really
Yeah.
well for you and for like
Thank you.
for us, people like us.
That's super helpful. And like, I just want to tie it back to when you mentioned concerns about cost. That enables us to provide that customized coaching and that thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's very hard to do that. Okay, I love that. So you then work through your narrative. Like, tell me more. Like, what are the other things that were most useful for you as you went through your job search journey?
Initially, just the fact the mindset piece was good, but
Hmm.
not just doing the mindset exercise, but at some level, speaking to other people who are in the same boat and knowing
Yeah.
that you're not alone. And when I was thinking in one of my first group coaching call, somebody said, I was laid off and I don't know, I'm afraid of going for interviews because I don't know how to answer if they say, why is there a 3-month gap in your resume? I don't know how to answer. I'm so afraid of that one question that I'm scared of going to interviews. And
Hmm.
in my mind, I'm like, I'm so grateful you asked. I was so scared that I was scared to even ask that question. And
Hmm.
then Sam answered, he said, you just say I was part of a workforce reduction and you move on. You just say that as a matter of fact and you're ready to answer any more questions. Don't give it any more weight than it deserves. And I wrote
Hmm.
that down on a sticky paper and I put it on my laptop. And I had it until I got this new laptop from my new role. I had
Yeah.
it there because I'm like, this is not me. The role got
Yeah.
eliminated, not me. And that was such
Exactly.
a powerful thing for me.
Yeah, I love that. I think like here I just want to recognize you as well, Keyuri, because there's like some people who are just catalysts in the program for engaging with others and encouraging others, and you've definitely been one of those people that other people have told me, oh yeah, like you're awesome to talk to, and you brought the whole community up. So that was also something
Thank
that
you.
we appreciate.
I try to do that because early on, when I was super scared, that helped me. And then one thing that kind of just clicked like a light bulb moment, that the more people I talk to, the less nervous I become about the whole process, and the more
Hmm.
faith I start building in my own self and my own ability. And
Yeah.
so when I got this role, I had a week before I started. So I went on LinkedIn. I'm like, I'm just going to give back. I'm just going to open my calendar, and whoever wants to talk to me, I will talk to them. So I had
Hmm.
people from different areas, but several IJS people also came and talked to me. And I was like, that was my one singular template advice to everybody: talk to more people. If somebody
Hmm.
intimidates you, definitely talk to them, because
Hmm.
you want to really know what's there that's so intimidating. Is it just a fancy LinkedIn, or is there actual stuff that you need to be intimidated about?
Yeah.
If it
Yeah.
is, then you close that gap.
I agree. This is super helpful. So tell us now about the story of landing your role.
It was really interesting. I had a few offers, and that was by design.
Oh,
So
just a few offers, which is pretty normal in this market where
no.
there's like 1,000 applicants for every job. Just a few offers. I just want everyone to hear that. Yeah. Okay. Good. Go on.
I had three offers,
Yeah.
to be exact.
Yeah.
And it was by design. So different people can handle different level of stress. Some people try to stagger the interviews
Yeah.
one week after the next. And I knew that I was ready with the IJS program. And I haven't even, by the way, finished it. I was just at BKM level. But
Yeah.
the rest, like, I think for me personally, it was a confidence and the structure that was lacking. Once I got that, I was like 10x.
Yeah.
So scheduled everything in the same week, like as close
Mm.
together as possible. And that helped me pretty much leverage the fact that there is two more final rounds to speed all of them up.
Hmm.
And thankfully, I just needed one offer. Thankfully, there were three. And I will never forget the conversations you and I had, Shobhit. The team was so like proactive. I had I had a case study that I had
Yeah.
48 hours to do. I took 24 out of them, and I had like barely a few hours left for
Hmm.
someone to give me feedback. And Praveen like blew my mind. I woke up to this amazing detailed feedback, which I implemented. I did really well. Then
Hmm.
case study went really well. And even when I was like in the offer, I knew I was getting an offer, and then I knew in a few hours I was getting one more. And I was really nervous. I was more nervous
Hmm.
than I was at interview time, because I've never done that discussion before, like ever in my life. So I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I don't even know how this works. And then I remember you and I spoke, and you gave me such a leap of faith number. And I'm like, Shobhit, I'm gonna lose these offers. I'm gonna come across as so greedy.
Yeah.
But I honestly thought to myself, betting on you, like the advice that I just gave has not gone wrong, has always gone in my favor. So I'm gonna close my eyes and take a leap of faith. And if
Yeah.
I lose these offers, maybe a few more interviews, the support is there, and we'll work with it. And that was really, really good.
So,
The number eventual, am I
yeah,
allowed
yeah.
to say?
Yeah. Whatever you would like. Yes.
So the eventual number where I started and where I actually ended up being 100K more, which is
Wow.
mind-boggling to me. Like I would have never expected, never mind demanded that. So
Yeah.
it was
This is,
amazing.
well, first of all, again, kudos to you for just be like, cool, I put my faith in the process and I put my trust in, I'm going to just go for it. Because like sometimes that is the hardest part, is like to put faith and trust in what something that somebody else is saying. Uh, but to your point, like I think it came with your confidence. I think it also came because um, I've personally like, I don't know, 600 negotiations, something like that. Out of like those 600, two offers, two instances, the offer's been rescinded. Two out of 600. So just
That's
keep
a
in
pretty
mind,
good metric. Mm.
there's like 99 point something percent chance that nothing bad will happen and you will only gain from this. And of course, you gained a huge amount.
Significant. Like now that investment, oh, I don't even know what the math is. How
Yeah,
much X have I converted on that
per
investment?
year.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Amazing. Okay, so Keyuri, where are you ultimately headed? Or where
In
have you,
terms
what's
of
your new
like
role?
career. Oh,
Yeah, oh,
my
as in
new
like,
role.
what's your new job?
Oh, yes. So I'm a staff PM for AI powered billing, which is another big thing.
Hmm.
AI and product management was on my target list, and
Hmm.
it was something I really, really wanted to do. And I already started working at Clio. It's one of the largest legal techs. It's a unicorn, private,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
unicorn. So it matches the kind of scale that I'm used to, like SAP and what have you. Work is super interesting. I've been into it two weeks now. I'm really
Hmm.
enjoying myself.
I love it. I love it. Cool. Thank you so far. Last couple of questions.
Hmm.
So, well, one you kind of answered, but I'll still ask. How would you describe the intentional job search program in your own words for somebody new? And like, who should consider it? Maybe I'll just ask both questions in one.
So if I were to do your branding and give you like a one liner, I would say it's a makeover
Hmm.
for PMs. That's what I would say. And yes, it helps for like the job search and what have you. But to me, the bigger value is all the learnings and the whole mindset piece, as well as everything else that I learned about packaging what I
Hmm.
already have.
Yeah.
That stays for the rest of my career.
Yeah.
You know, that is like the bigger value than the short term. The long term gain is going to help me 10x, probably 100x what I would have achieved in the long run. So that's what I would say. And who I want to say it's not just for people who are laid off or people who are looking for a job. I think if you're a PM and you feel like I know the work, but I don't know this interview, or even if you're not looking for a job but you struggle with communicating, which PMs you're supposed to, right? You're supposed to really
Hmm.
be able to articulate and put your point across. If you feel like you struggle convincing people, like building consensus without authority is something that you're supposed to be good at, and if you feel like you struggle, then I think there's a lot in this that uh, you can there's a lot of transferable skills that you acquire that makes me a better PM as well.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Uh, Thank you again. That's also super helpful. The articulation. Any last pieces of advice for anyone considering the intentional product manager program?
Mindset work. And
Hmm.
I didn't do the mindset work the way program prescribed, but I did it the way I do it. And do it however, do it
Yeah.
however, but doing it consistently on a daily basis. Like if praying is your thing, like it was my thing, that's
Hmm.
what I did. And
Yeah.
doesn't matter. That's one. And the other one is talk to as many people as you can in all scopes. Who
Hmm.
people who are ahead in career, what you
Hmm.
aspire to be, people who want to be where you are and who would kill
Yeah.
to be in your shoes right now, even if in a laid off situation. If you
Yeah.
have 10 years of PM experience, there are people out there who will kill to be in that spot. And that's so
Yeah.
like heartening when you're having bad days.
Yeah.
So do mindset, talk to people, and have faith and just follow the process. There were
Love
days
it.
when I questioned everything, but just hang in there. Keep showing up every day.
Yeah. I love it. I mean, this is great because then I can, share this video not just with people who are considering IPM, but current students. It's like just hey, keep faith and
Yeah,
and you will succeed.
hang in there. And
Yeah.
I want to say it like out here, where how many, God knows, hundreds people will watch this, thousands. If you're having second thoughts or if you need some moral push motivation, find me. Come talk to me.
Appreciate it. Kiri, thank you so much for
You're very
doing
welcome,
this.
Shobhit.
I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
If you want to be one of our next success stories, make sure you book a call with us. I've left a QR code for you to scan. Go to our apply page, book time with us, and chat about your career and your journey to your dream product management role.